Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a Rolex authenticated, Rolex Certified Pre-Owned Oyster Perpetual GMT-Master, transitional reference 16750 in steel. This watch is about a 7.6 million serial circa 1983, and I should mention that as part of the Rolex Certified Pre-Owned process, each watch is authenticated by Rolex itself, which is particularly important because this one features an original Royal Oman police insignia printed on the dial. The number of these made extraordinarily low, high single digits, low double digits. They rarely become available, and again, this one being 7.6 million serial in 1983 is in range for these models. So the timepiece, of course, featuring the famous combination of the wreath and the laurel with the crown symbolizing royal authority. Then you can see crossed swords and a very small khanjar. Hard to see, but right over the center where the swords cross. The khanjar is sort of a Omani legacy dagger. And then at the bottom it says Royal Oman Police. And as you can see, it is remarkably sharp on a dial that is remarkably untouched. About 1984, these watches would have gone to a gloss lacquered dial with white gold applique, and this predates that. So the tritium fade you see here on both dial and hands is original and correct. And it does look just as pumpkin colored in person as it does on the camera. And this is a watch that has received Rolex factory parts and qualified service from Rolex watchmakers, but it is not a new old stock watch, nor is it a museum piece or something modern that has been polished and reconditioned to look new. For the most part, the philosophy is to preserve as much original fabric as possible. That includes the dial in the hands, but for example, it does not include the bezel insert or the crystal. So this is a watch that's designed to be worn, and to that end, Rolex accompanies it with a 2-year factory-backed warranty. So it is intended to be used. Now, 40 millimeters in diameter, it's 13 millimeters thick, and it's 47.7 millimeters lug-to-lug. We have a 78360 Oyster bracelet with 580 end pieces. The clasp code is G, which corresponds to 1982, exactly correct for a watch of this vintage. 20 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. You can see that we have removable links fixed in place using screws. That it is a hollow end link, hollow center link, sort of Rolex rattle legacy feel. It's very light on the wrist. We have a clasp with a still well-defined 5-point coronet, polish and satin. You can see several pairs of divots drilled in here, so you can dismount the spring bar with your strap tool and change the anchoring point to fine-tune the fit. We'll take a look at the inside of the clasp just to verify everything that was promised, and you can see here it is indeed a 78360 with the G stamp. There's the G up there. That codes for 1982. In general, it's very common for a clasp and bracelet to have been made slightly before the watch to which it is affixed. The case is in good shape. You can see there's no protrusion of the spring bar through the edge of the lugs. They're fairly symmetrical and full from side to side and end to end. You can see that well. You can also see that there's a little bit of a remnant to the original beveling on these lugs, so case condition is quite good. This generation of GMT-Master, which came after the 1675, it was sort of soft launched over 1979 and 1980 before being more generally offered and openly so in 1981. This was the first generation of the GMT-Master to include a 4 Hz beat rate, to include a quick set date, to include a screw-down crown enabling a 100-meter water resistance. So in a lot of ways, these early 5-digit GMT-Masters were like more modern watches. Now, it's not a dual time in the GMT-Master 2 sense, but in the sense that you use this rotating bezel, which is bidirectional, to execute a momentary calculation. So if you set, for example, the 24-hour hand and by association, the mechanically linked local hand, if you set it to 1600, so we know, for example, that we're looking at 4 in the afternoon rather than 4 in the morning, because you can see the 24-hour hand is pointed at 1600. Now, let's say I want to calculate a GMT plus time zone, because this was originally an aircraft accessory for pilots launched in 1954 for Pan Am pilots. The idea was to be able to calculate the time at a destination airport. So if that airport is going to be GMT, remember I'm set to GMT, that airport is GMT plus 4, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and then there's 4. And so I have used the bezel as a calculator to calculate that at my destination, it is 8 in the evening. And if you were GMT-, you would move in the other direction. Now, because it is a legacy GMT-Master bezel, it glides. It doesn't have a detent. It's a very different feel. We also have a well-preserved bezel. You can see with a combination of polish and satin. And, of course, the insert is a modern anodized aluminum. This is historically nicknamed the PEPSI bezel, though I don't see why it couldn't be RC Cola as well. We have the blue and we have the red, designed to approximate the areas where it is day and night. Now, we have a little Cyclops eye magnifier over a very serify date wheel, and you can see that the dial is in excellent condition, though it is not, again, new old stock or museum piece. You can see that there are some small marks that are worth mentioning, and that the hands themselves are weathered, but they are also correct and original to the watch, and so the Rolex watchmakers made the call to keep them because they are still serviceable, even if they are not in mint condition. They fix firmly to their pinions at center, so they are in a good functional condition. Getting really close, you can see that the printing is outstanding, although the text becomes a bit indistinct when we get down to these scales, as does the conjar over the center of the crossed swords. Inside, we have a Rolex caliber 3075, and that is a automatic winder with a 4 Hertz beat rate, 27 joules, 5-position adjustment, COSC certified Swiss chronometer. The 48-hour reserve with a 4 Hertz rate, giving you a relatively smooth sweeping seconds hand, and then the movement with 2 features you're generally not going to expect if you're used to later GMT Masters or much earlier GMT Masters, as we have both hacking seconds and a quick set date. So if you're familiar with modern GMTs, if you don't remember the last of the GMT Masters, you may be a little bit mystified by the presence of a traditional quickset with open 6s and open 9s. There were really only 2 generations of GMT Master that had that, the 16750 and then the subsequent 16700 that was discontinued in the late 90s. So again, 48-hour power reserve, free sprung overcoil hairspring for concentric breathing in any physical position. It is a movement that is very similar to a modern Rolex caliber, with the notable exception that it does not feature a full balance bridge. It features a single-side balance cock, and rather than 31 joules, it is a 27 joule movement. But from a functional standpoint, it is a very modern experience with power reserve and precision, quickset and hacking that a modern watch owner would expect. And again, this is designed to be a wearable watch. This is not some sort of antique sold at auction with no warranties expressed or implied. It is warranted by Rolex itself and backed by Rolex authentication. And again, with only maybe high single digits, low double digits of these GMT Masters made with the Royal Oman Police insignia, it is probably something you will never encounter again. So reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.